Good afternoon, everybody. I am coming to you on Monday afternoon, and today is a day where I don't have much to say at all. But I did want to get on here and give people the opportunity to ask me questions or to chime in about anything that you may be going through in your life at this time, where you could use a little insight. And I thought I would take the opportunity to jump on. And even though I don't have anything really heavy on my heart to share, I thought I would, give you my heart at this time, so that you might be able to have somebody to share with, have somebody to run things to get another point of view, that sort of thing. So if there's anybody here who wants to jump on, let me know. I would love to be able to chat with you. I am in Fountain Hills in a place called Adero Canyon, and I was just taking a stroll during the time that I'm usually having lunch. And I thought I would just, hey there, I have someone who's going to jump on. I would love for you to jump on. Let's see. Let's see if you're going to get on here. What's up?
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am awesome. So good to see you. What's new with you? What's happening?
Um, well, today I had the day off and now I'm just catching up on some work and before I go pick up baby girl from school.
Nice. So how much time do you have before you have to go get her from school?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So talk to me. What's happening? What's going on with you? How was your weekend? We can start with that, right?
The weekend was good. I worked. I even worked on Sunday. So yeah, weekend was good.
Very
I
cool.
can't complain. I won't
Very
complain
cool.
today. How was
There you
yours?
go. Now, see, I'm actually learning that. You taught me something the last time I saw you when you were saying, you kept on saying, people were asking you how you're doing, how were the last couple of days, how was your weekend? And I heard you say a couple of times, I could complain, but I won't complain. I won't complain. And I'm going to learn, I'm going to take that on myself. Because
Okay.
sometimes I've learned that even though it's important to get that release and to vent, sometimes you get caught up in that vent and you get stuck with that frequency because you're reminded of what you went through and what you just experienced. And sometimes it's harder to shake it off. And I think
Right.
this can be important if you, number one, have the right person to vent with. But oftentimes, discernment will let you know that, you probably should just like not vent, just not do it. And so I'm learning how to just like, okay, I'm just not going to focus on that energy, on that experience. I'm going to focus on what's going well, and maybe I won't have to vent. So I learned that from you. Did you know
Well,
that?
look at that. GSL radio is teaching out here.
Okay, I learned
But
that from
sometimes,
you.
but sometimes it is good to get some things off of your chest
Yeah,
and to be able to release some energy that needs to get out.
yeah,
Like I can say it's sometimes it's really good to do that, to have a safe outlet. And I think that people go through a lot of things and they will hold it all in, and then when they finally release, it's not what the original problem was. It was just whatever was in that moment.
so true. So true. Now, what I've learned, and I have several coaching clients, people that I coach, and often most of the reason why they're calling me is because they just really need to talk it out. They need to get it off their chest, and I am that safe place for so many people. But people like me, many people like me, we don't really have a safe place, and it's
And
challenging to find the right person that you can vent with. So for me to see you do that, it's like I need to use a little bit more of that kind of discernment in my life. That's not for everybody. Everybody's not equipped
no, you definitely
with
have
that.
to be careful on who
Yeah.
you vent to. You definitely have to be careful who you share your personal
Yeah.
business with, because there's a lot of people that will listen to your problems, um, but they're not there to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very particular on who I share with. I've been burnt so many times, and a
Hmm.
lot of people will take that information and actually use it against you.
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's a tricky situation where you feel
Yeah.
like you're in a safe zone with your so-called friend, and
Right.
once you share that information,
Hmm.
it could be turned around and used against you.
And right, but it's our job to have the discernment to properly select the person or persons that we can actually share our heart with. It's our job to be able to use our intuition and our discernment to do that. And
Right.
and so, because I definitely am glad that I'm and grateful that I'm the type of person that people can release to and people can vent to. Because certainly I have seen so much healing just from allowing that person to speak what's on their heart, to go through that situation and express it. And then it's their first time hearing it. When they say it, it's like their first time hearing it, and then for some reason they kind of feel it, figure out the problem, or they can heal because they said it, or they talk through it. So I love to
Right.
give people that opportunity.
Right, but also, and there are actually two parts to that, in my opinion, because there's a lot of times where you are that safe person for people to come to, but then when you do go through someone, a strong person still needs an outlet, to be able to share, because we take so much in, and we have everybody's ears, and we're always a listening ear, but at sometimes when we go through something, we don't have a listening ear to listen to us. And then my second point to that is, there are some people that for me, and I can only speak for me. I need a listening ear that can not tell me what I want to hear, but tell me what I need to hear. Because a lot of people want that listening ear, that person to vent to, but then they also want the person to enable their toxic behavior or whatever they're in. And I don't think that helps anybody.
Exactly. So, in other words, what I hear you saying is that sometimes the people we vent to are the type of people that'll listen to what you have to say and just be yes people. Just yes, yes, you're right.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, they're wrong. You're right. And in fact, you
right,
need a friend or a confidant who will listen to you. And if you need advice, you're asking and soliciting their advice. They will be honest with you in love and tell you sometimes that, hey, I see your point of view, but I mean, I think that other person's point of view is valid also. Sometimes you need a friend who can be that way, but you have to be the type of person who can handle it, right?
right. Yeah, you definitely do, especially when you're dealing with people that are blunt and they can tell you, see it from a different perspective. You have to be receptive and be open to what they're telling you. And but if you
Yeah,
ever want to jump that hurdle or grow in a situation, you have to be open minded to hear things that we don't want to hear, and things that are hard for us to hear about, especially about ourselves. So
exactly.
that's the hardest part. A lot of times we are able to see everybody else's flaws, but when it comes to our own, we just
Yeah,
have a blank eye. It's like we went blind. We
yes.
don't see our own stuff.
I'm going to say a quick shout out to Boyd. What's up, Boyd? Thank you for joining me again. And then we also have, it's the sun. I can't even see now. Wison 4more9, the real war here to superhero. What's up? Thanks for joining. All of you that just joined, so thankful that you're here to share with us and listen to what we have to say. And if you have any comments about what we're saying, jot them down. If you have questions, let us know. We'd love to hear your questions and respond to them. So what you're saying is so powerful because oftentimes we want to share what we're going through and we want to get advice, but sometimes if we don't choose that person properly, we choose someone who's not really going to give us advice. They're just going to tell us what we want to hear. And again, I'm the type of person who's always talking about responsibility, accountability. You are responsible for having good friends. You're responsible for keeping friends around you that are going to give you the right advice, who are going to be good models for you because you're good models for them. And so oftentimes in our lives, we don't have those right people because we aren't the right person. If you're not the right person, you're not going to draw on the right person. So those
Right.
people around you are mirrors of
are aspects of you. So when you see what you don't like, you got to change something on the inside, and you'll start drawing in the right person. And those that are no longer resonating with you because you made some good changes, they're going to fall off. What do you think about that?
I do think I definitely agree with that. I feel like if you're in a situation where you're growing, everybody's not meant to grow with you. So everybody has a
Bingo.
new season. Everybody has a reason for entering and exiting your life. You just got to be open enough to understand that their season is up. So, and if you are in a growing position and they're not willing to grow with you, then it's time for them to exit to the left.
Wow.
So
That's well
I,
said.
yeah,
That's well
because
said.
I am anybody that knows me, they know that my circle is small and I keep my circle small. See, when I was younger, I felt like being around everybody, I was very popular, but I wasn't. I'm more popular with my small group than I am with the large group. And the people that are around me, they hold me accountable. I may fight back, I might push back and being in my own feelings because I don't want to hear it at the time, but they hold me accountable. And
Yes.
if you ever want to grow in life, I don't care what situation it is, you
Mhm.
need the right people to hold you accountable for
Yes.
your behavior.
Yes.
Period.
So true. So true. Well
So,
said. Hey, we have the real war hero to superhero saying, good friends are hard to find because both parties have to build trust and feel safe to be honest. That's so true. The real war hero. So true. You need to have somebody that you can build trust with and where you feel safe being honest. And as I was saying, as we were both saying before, if you are that person to yourself, because your primary relationship in your life is the one between you and you.
yeah.
So if you can't be honest with yourself, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't feel safe to be honest with yourself, people around you are going to mirror that behavior. They're not going to be honest and they're not going to be safe with you either. And when I figured that out, that was like such a huge insight that the person that I want to draw in my life is only going to resonate with me and be kind of the way I am. So I have to be the person I really want to be, and I'm going to draw in people like that. People like Gina
But
Cherie.
But I agree. But I like what you said. The biggest conflict that we deal with is ourselves.
Yes.
We
Preach.
think it's people around us, but no, it's your own mind that you're battling. And a lot of our conflicts has everything to do with up here. Everything.
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 Yeah. So
So
true.
yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. And then for what they said, yeah, it's hard to find, especially nowadays, because friends, people don't understand what the friend word means. That concept has been lost, which is a whole other subject. But once you say you're my friend and I'm your friend, that comes with certain responsibilities of being a friend.
That's right. And
Me,
so, how
me
often do we throw that word around like it's light? It's a heavy word. So
often.
you determine what kind of friends you are by the friend that you are to yourself, and also the friend that
Right,
you want to be to others. You're going to draw in people like that. So if you don't like what you see coming, you got to change something. But it's
right.
so important. What is a friend? What actually is a friend? I believe that you actually had a talk show on that topic a couple of weeks ago where you talked about that. What would you say your definition of a friend is, Jean Cherie?
Well, everybody's definition of a friend is going to be totally different. My definition of a friend is if, in order for me to call you my friend, you have to make me feel being vulnerable is okay. You have to make me feel as if um, I can share things with you and you're not going to use it against me. So when they say that safe place
Huge.
and that trust,
Yeah.
that to me is a friend to me. Hold me accountable. And the same way you hold me accountable, I can hold you accountable if we're
Yes.
truly friends.
Right.
So I don't want a friend that friends to me is I'm happy for your success.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to encourage you and I'm going to be there with you to get there with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh
So,
yeah.
So to me, that is for my definition. Like I said, everybody has their own definition of friends. And when I was younger, my definition of friends of how many people I had with me hanging up at the club and going there.
Mm-hmm.
And to when a young mind has a young mindset.
Hello.
So now that I'm older and I'm starting to understand exactly what those words mean, just like the word love, that has a whole different meaning that people take advantage of. Now I
Mm-hmm.
understand what that word means.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
when they say, I have a whole bunch of people around me, look at all my friends, those are all my friends. I'm like, no, honey. And all those friends, you got like three that might be your real friends.
And
The
three
rest
is
of
a
them are
lot.
there for a reason.
Three is a
Exactly.
lot.
Three
If
is a
you have
lot.
three, if you have three real friends, you're doing well.
You're doing
I
very well.
tell you, you're doing really well. If you have three people
Definitely.
that you can open your heart to, that you can be vulnerable with, and they're not
Hmm.
going to use that against you, they're not going to throw it in your face. They're not going to be envious of you and pretend that they really are happy for you, but inside they actually are harboring jealousy and envy. You know, that whole
That
frenemy
part.
thing, that's toxic as it comes.
That part. Because you know how many times I've turned on the TV or read an article and people are being killed by people that they know and by jealous friends that they
Hmm.
know. Hmm.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
everybody that smiles in your face is not happy for your success.
Oh yeah. Yes,
So you
absolutely
you
right.
have to be able to navigate between the two and know who's really in your corner. It's not
Hmm.
when you're up and you're making a whole bunch of money and you're doing big things
Hmm.
that they prove that to you that
Yeah,
they're your friends.
that's not when you find out who your real friends are. You find out who your real friends are when you're in the valley, in the
Mm.
canyon.
And you
That's when you
walking,
know.
you crying at nighttime, and you trying to figure out how to do this, you trying to figure out how to do that. That's when you're gonna find out where your real friends lie.
That's right. And so when you get back up to that mountaintop, those are the ones you remember because when you get up to the mountaintop, you know how many people are going to be trying to join there with you. Oh, I knew you when you were this, and I knew
Right.
her when she was this. Yeah, but I don't know
Say that
you.
again. Say that part. I don't know if you guys heard that part, but I'm going to say that part. If you guys take anything out of this conversation, it's going to be that part. I know so many people that are trying to get to a whole other level in their life. So people
Oh
like
yeah,
to jump on the bandwagon. So people will support you when
right.
it's popular to support you.
Oh yeah,
Come on now.
oh yeah. So
Come on
true,
now.
so
So
true.
I'm looking around me because I'm gonna get to the mountaintop. But I'm looking at the people that is in my corner when I was going through, when I was building, and then they watched me get to my success. They stayed happy for me. Those are the people that I'm taking to the top with me.
Right, right. So right now, I'll disclose a little bit. I'm going through a kind of limbo, a kind of transition in my life right now, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's challenging, it's hard, but I love it because I'm finding out not only who I really am, but I'm finding out who my friends are. I'm finding out that there are people that I've been there for through thick and thin, but they just can't be there for me when I'm in this state. And I'm not mad at them. I'm just realizing, okay, so that's who you are. I got it. I'm not mad. I mean, energy is energy. It's nothing personal. You are where you are, but I'm gonna remember this. You
Yeah,
know?
but also to that, also there are some people that are our friends, but they cannot help you. That particular friend is not the person to help you through that situation. So you got to remember, certain friends bring certain things to the table and have different strengths in the relationship. So sometimes we gotta keep that in mind too. Like if you talk to one friend and they don't get it, but you can go talk to another friend and they can help you through it, then that's the person that's supposed to help you through that. If that makes sense. So
No,
I
that
think
what you're saying makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense, and I've actually implemented that before with my coaching clients. I let them know that you have different friends and they go in different categories in your life. They
right,
go different places, and you have to take the time to organize your life and organize your friends.
right.
Uh, but for where I am right now, I'm really like kind of like putting people where they go, and some people are going way down there to the left because
Right,
when I really need you, I don't, if I call you a friend, by definition, there are certain things I expect. And
right,
so if you can't do these things, then I have to reorganize and put you where you go because I had you in the wrong place. And
right.
I take full
Yeah,
responsibility.
right. You're absolutely right. So my time in my life right now, if you are my friend and you say that I'm your friend, then I do expect a certain thing out of you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely agree
Yeah.
with that. That's
Yeah.
why I can count my friends on one hand.
Exactly. That's good. If you can count quote unquote your friends, and it takes more than five fingers, that I could be wrong. I question your definition of friendship. I question it. I mean, I'm a little skeptical. If you feel like you have more than five friends, like real friends, I mean, I would question it just based on my 54 years of
Hmm.
experience. But
Hmm.
I have been wrong before, so I'm humble. But
We
anyway,
just got a question. What is a friend, and what are the expectations for each of you? Well,
nice.
I gave my definition of my friend earlier, so I'll let him do his definition of a friend and what he expects out of his
Yeah,
friends.
for me, it's not dissimilar. It's not different from what you said. For me, a friend is someone who is really truly happy for your success. They love to see you doing well. They celebrate you. They honor you. They understand your value. And so when you come around, their eyes light up and they're happy to see you. A friend is somebody who, if they ever get an inkling that you're not doing well, you're not feeling well, or you're not enjoying success, something's not right, they want to find out what it is and find out what they can do. Because if they can't do it, they're going to find someone else that has a skill set to do it. To me, that's a friend. Why? Because that is the kind of friend I am. And so,
Hmm.
because that's the kind of friend I am, that's the kind of friends I'm attracting in my life.
Hmm.
Does
Yeah,
that make
I
sense?
like
That's my
friends that are
definition.
I like friends that are accountable. I like friends that hold me accountable. I like
Hmm.
friends that I can call and I can tell them, "Hey, I'm feeling discouraged about the situation," and they're right there to be like, "Girl, you know you got it. Get back up and go do it."
Yeah.
Without my friend has to be able to provide a safe place for me to be vulnerable and
Yeah.
not throw it in my face afterwards. My friend has
Yeah.
to be able to not be in competition with me,
Oh
but
my
truly
God.
be
Say
at
that
my
for the people in the
point.
back. The
Look, baby,
competition
I told,
thing.
look, they didn't know what they was getting today, honey. They didn't know.
Oh my word. Can you please say that for the people in the back? That whole competition thing among friends, I have had to go through that, and that is the saddest thing. When you love somebody and they're your friend and you want the best for them, but then when you having a really good day or a good week, they have that sort of like low key envy, that low key jealousy where they want to
Hmm.
fall down.
Hmm.
That to me is just like, wow, I can't deal with that. It's like I
But you
can't
see,
be around.
there's a lot of people that are in those situations, though. They are waiting for your downfall. They
Oh
are
yeah,
smiling in your face and they'll listen to all your problems because that's what they want to happen because they're waiting for your
yeah,
downfall.
yeah, yeah. Some people have this disease where they want you to need them. They want you to be codependent, and it's the only way they feel comfortable is if you're depending on them or need them. So they want you to fall so you can be like, "Cool, can you help me?" And they be like, "Ah, yeah, I can help you. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I got you."
Hmm.
And
So,
then
so what does
they
that?
kind of rule
So
your
what does
life.
that
They
say?
kind of rule your life.
So what does that say? Somebody needs to talk to a counselor because there's definitely some low self-esteem
Exactly. Yeah.
that they're dealing with.
Yeah,
You know
there's
what I
some
mean?
trauma, some codependency in their
Mm-hmm.
lives that they have normalized. They think that's the
Mm-hmm.
way it should be because that's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
No.
not
Yeah.
not just that, it's just people that they surrounded themselves around. They enabled that person to continue those habits.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So I lost friends because of that. They were expecting me to them, their definition of a good friend was to enable their toxic
Uh-huh.
behavior. And I said,
Uh-huh.
well, if that's what you're looking for, you and I were never friends.
Right.
I'm not going to enable this toxic behavior and then you're going to spill it over to me. That's not what I'm here for.
Right. Right.
So we had to, and I knew in that moment, did it hurt in that moment to lose a friend? Yes. But then I
Yeah.
had to recognize, were we really friends?
Were we really friends? Ever?
Because if
Yeah.
you get held accountable by someone and it pisses you off to the point to where you stop talking to them because they held you accountable, they were never
Mhm.
your friend.
Right. And then there's a way to hold somebody accountable. I don't know about you, but when I have something to say to someone that is kind of not necessarily a critique, but just advice that is going to be corrective, I do it in love. Like, I want
Right.
them to know I'm coming from a place of love, not envy, not jealousy. I'm not trying to put you down, but I love you, and I see this thing right here, this pattern. Basically, it's a pattern that you're in. You keep doing this thing, and you wind up here, and you come to me, and you ask for help, and then you do this thing again, and you wind up in this place. So this is a pattern I've noticed. I explain the pattern. I do it in love. So if somebody has something to say to me, I'm expecting it to come sandwiched in love. I'm expecting it to come in a way that is not going to make me look bad and make them look good. It has to come a certain kind of thing.
And you're absolutely right, because tone is everything.
Yeah.
If you come aggressively to someone,
Yeah.
they're going to put their defense up very quickly.
Right.
So I know that firsthand
Right.
is how you say things and how you word things, but I'm also learning the same thing. So that's definitely true. If you correct me, that's fine. But if you come at me in an aggressive tone, now my whole body's in defense.
Exactly.
So everything you just said, I dismiss, because now I'm in defense mode.
Yeah.
I have to defend myself.
And this is the other thing, okay? Sometimes you have people that, number one, are not your friends.
Right.
You don't have that many shared experiences. There's definitely not trust or anything like that, but they want to give you some critique. They want to give you some advice. Well, first of all, we don't have that kind of relationship where you should feel comfortable doing that, because we're not friends. We're acquaintances. So it's
Now you're
definitely
crossing boundaries.
Yeah, it's probably not coming from a great place, because we do not have shared experiences. We haven't built trust. So they prematurely want to tell you about yourself. But if you ever tried to do that to them, that wouldn't fly. So that happens sometimes. But then it's always, you have to take accountability and responsibility for drawing that type of person in. Like, you have to ask yourself, how did I let that in? What am I doing to let that in my life? You know what I mean?
Right.
Cool.
So
Well, GinaSherrie, I have enjoyed immensely you jumping on here. I'm so glad you did that, and I wish you would do it more often. I think we
may got something here.
I think so.
I think might be a good thing. So
I think, we need to have this. We need to do this at least one day a week, was just us doing this and people come on with questions, because I really like this combination. I like this energy a lot.
Yeah, and they get a perspective from a male and a female. So there is, everybody, there's a safe place. I need you guys to understand you're coming from a safe place. Where we can definitely chat, and we can definitely get our concerns or any questions out there that you guys have for us. No criticism, no judgment. But one thing that I know I will ask on my part, if you ask a question, I need you to be receptive to the answer. Because a lot of times we're not going to give you the answer that you're necessarily looking for. We're going to give you a good answer or a right answer. You guys can choose to do what you want with it. Our perspective. Did I say that good?
Yeah, of course you did.
Look,
so those of you who want to catch GinaSherrie out on her radio show, Gina, let them know where you are. Let them know when you're on.
Every Tuesday I am on, I do a live show on blogtalkradio.com/GinaSherrie. And I also go live on my Instagram as well as GSL_radio. So you guys can definitely catch me every Tuesdays, I'm gonna get this right, at 11:30 a.m. is when I do go on. If you guys do not catch us on the live show, you guys can definitely listen to both of our podcasts, because we both have different podcasts on Anchor. Mine's is anchor.fm/Gina764, and his is
Detox Your Circle. It's just anchor.fm/Detox Your Circle. We'll find mine.
Yes. So if anybody's wondering, so now that we put a face to the name, so last Tuesday I did talk about a very talented, educated person that wrote a book and has his podcast. You guys, this is Detox Your Circle. So we finally put a name. It's with the name, you guys. So anybody that's on here, you guys have now met him. So definitely listen to things that he has to say, because it is coming from a very great place. I think you guys will definitely learn something something from him. 13 ways to detox your life. I think we gave you a few of them today.
Very nice, very nice. And so my people that are on and watching, you've noticed that sometimes I don't come on the weekend. Sometimes I come on a Monday. I'm really working on something really important for the next couple of weeks that are taking my weekends. So I jump in on a Monday to make up for lost time. But it's good to see you here. It's good to see you chime in. And man, I really enjoyed having GinaSherrie on here. I think she and I are going to get together and do something at least once a week moving forward. This energy has to continue.
Yeah, I think this might be a go. It might be a go. So I'll be doing my show 3 days because I started doing my Saturdays now.
Hmm.
Best friend. Oh, I'm sorry, best friend Fridays. So
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna start. I'm gonna put that all together. Best friend Fridays is gonna air at 12 o'clock until 1 o'clock. We're gonna do shout outs to friends, to families, and any of our loved ones, and we're just gonna make a day of it.
Excellent. All
All right.
right. So very, very good. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. GinaSherrie, thank you so much, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you and so glad you joined me. And
You're
thank
very
you for
welcome.
sharing your wisdom with us.
Yes, indeed. Same to you. Take some pictures because your background is amazing with the pins and all of that. So take some pictures.
Right. Will do.
All right. You guys take care.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right, everybody. That was GinaSherrie. She's actually my barber, and she's amazing. She has her own talk show. Normally I come in on a Saturday, but I didn't do it this Saturday, so I'm here today on Monday. And we started off asking for anybody who has questions, anybody who has anything that you're going through in your life right now and you would like some insight or like a different point of view, raise your hand and you can join me and I will let you talk and let you pose your question, and I'll do my best to answer it. I also do readings. Many of you know that I've begun to go ahead and espouse my gifts, and I don't hide it anymore, but I do readings now, so you can join and ask for some advice. You can DM me. You can also just send me an email if you'd like, ernest@detoxyourcircle.com. But any questions at all? Any comments? What's up, Wissam Omar? Good to see you. Kevin Ferguson, what's up, Kevin Ferguson? Carlos Robert Gomez, what's going on? Christian DL Reyes, how you all doing? All right, I don't see any questions. I enjoy talking to you. I may do a little bit more of this type of thing where I don't have anything prepared to say, just get on and chat. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a wonderful week. Get back to me if you need me. If you need to, you know how to reach me. Take care. Bye-bye.